I felt that Yellow really should have left more in his base, actually, in order to defend against Boxer's drops. Perhaps Yellow was very confident that he'd be able to finish Boxer off, and now it looks like Boxer's actually going to take out Yellow's hive here. So Yellow in huge trouble now. He's going to lose all of his tech buildings, and I don't see how he can possibly come back from this. And it looks like Boxer's managed to take out Yellow's strike force in his main here, and this really looks like GG here. I don't see what Yellow can do. He still has 3 bases, but he has lost all of his tech buildings. He's lost his entire army, and Boxer can just roam around at will here. And Boxer is going to roam around. He is going to drop a tank, and he's going to attack the pit expansion at the inside 4 o'clock position. And Yellow looking quite worried there. Boxer using his dropships to target those drones there, and I don't think Yellow has any forces left. Yellow has no mobility, he has no air units, he does have drop capacity, but it looks like actually Yellow has managed to create a greater spire again. So he must have built a spire while Boxer was attacking, or perhaps he had a spare spire at the 6 o'clock there, and he morphed it to a greater spire before his hive could die. So Yellow will be able to build some guardians soon if he decides to do so, but he's going to be so far behind. I feel that Boxer can really seal the victory here. But Yellow is choosing to fight regardless. He's choosing to fight to the end here, which is the true sign of someone who could be a champion, that they just don't give up even when the chips are down. And Yellow is not giving up. He is putting a lurker there. It's going to impede the advance of the tank, but he does lose his gas at the 330 position. Yellow expanding again at the 1130 position up there. He's going to hope that Boxer doesn't spot him there. And Boxer has 4 more dropships coming, so I think he's going to go for a big drop here, and he is going to drop on the 6 o'clock position. Yellow does have a good collection of Sunkens, but Boxer has tanks, and Yellow is looking like he's going to morph a Guardian there. That's going to help against these tanks, but I just feel that Yellow is so far behind his army and his recovery, basically. I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Although I think the one thing that Yellow may rely on is that Boxer only has 1 base right now that's operational, and it's probably going to be running out of minerals soon. So Boxer actually using all of his focus really on attacking Yellow and performing his micro. He's really not expanding as much as he could be now that he has map control, and he actually will be hurting for resources. And Yellow actually probably has a good amount in his bank still, because he was mining from all those bases for such a long time, and really the drop on his main caught him by surprise. It wasn't because he couldn't defend, it was just that he happened not to have enough forces there, and Boxer really surprised him. So Yellow must have something in the bank here, a good amount of minerals and gas, and that's why he's deciding to stay in this game here. Perhaps he hopes he can stave off these dropship attacks and then be able to do a counter on Boxer when Boxer is low on resources. That's the only thing that I think Yellow can do here. And Yellow trying to pick off the tank with his Guardians. With that number of medic Marines, his Guardians aren't going to be able to be effective. Those Marines can actually pick off those Guardians because there's only 1 or 2 at a time. And Yellow is going to lose his Hydralisk Den there, and it looks like he's desperately trying to put up some sunken colonies to slow down the advance, but there's not much he can do. But it looks like Boxer actually, like I said, is running out of minerals at his 1 expansion, and he's going to actually have no intake of minerals pretty soon, unless he builds another expansion. So Boxer actually just focusing all of his attention on micromanagement, and this is a sort of strategy we usually don't see nowadays, 7 years later. We usually see Starcraft players generally focusing a lot on macro management in comparison to this game and Boxer's play. Of course, this is not to say Boxer is necessarily playing poorly, but against current standards, it's very different in that he's focusing almost entirely on micromanagement and not so much on expanding. And it looks like he's going to take out the 6 o'clock position, but we'll see if Yellow actually has a lair or a hive at another location. That would help him greatly in recreating his spire again, actually. And Yellow going in for an attack here with Hydras and Lurker and 3 Guardians. It looks like he's not going to be able to take out this force here, and he has to retreat his Guardians. But he is doing a good job of baiting those Marines into the sunken colonies, and he uses that micro to take out the tank. And the crowd is applauding there because it is going to slow Boxer down in taking out that expansion. And Boxer now securing the inside 10 o'clock position in that pit in the upper left, and he's been able to resume his production of minerals. It looks like Boxer is just trying to kill the drones, prevent mining from that 6 o'clock base still. It looks like Yellow actually also has a base at the 7 o'clock position, inside 7. I didn't notice it before. Boxer now using his tanks. He's irradiated the Guardian there. That's what he needed, actually, a couple of science vessels, but I think he's been pretty low on gas this entire game, considering he only had 1 expansion. And now Yellow is going to lose his base here with these tanks coming in. I think Yellow is going to just be forced to evacuate what he has left there. Boxer, meanwhile, ferrying over some SCVs to that inside 10 o'clock position. And, my mistake. Actually, he does have resources left at his natural expansion. So that was my mistake, I guess. So I guess he's doing better than I thought in terms of resources. I guess it was his main being mined out that I saw previously. In any case, so Boxer in a firm lead here, in an overwhelming lead. I feel like the game was really over when Yellow lost his main base. And yeah, Boxer just he's gonna be doing fine with resources pretty soon, actually. So perhaps I was underestimating the great Slayer's Boxer. I shouldn't have. But yeah, it looks like Yellow is actually out of drones at that pit at the 330 position. And Boxer is just pushing in here. Yellow's desperately trying to defend his Greater Spire, actually. And he's using a lurker there quite well. I don't think Boxer notices there's a lurker there. And Yellow actually going for an attack here at Boxer's new expansion. He's trying to cut off the flow of resources, and that's a really good idea for Yellow if he wants to be able to have any chance of victory. He really needs to hurt Boxer and not let Boxer take over the entire map. And it looks like Yellow's managed to hold his Greater Spire with that pair of lurkers. I'm not sure if Boxer's realized that yet. I think he's going to be moving his tanks in pretty soon and finishing those couple of units out. So, Boxer down to 1 base mining again. But I feel that really Yellow's prolonging the inevitable unless he can really just get his production up and produce a mass load of, I don't even know what unit, another big drop or Guardians perhaps. Guardians plus Scourge, I'm not sure. And Boxer looks like he's going to be harassing that pit again. That pit expansion is just so hard to hold on this map against a Terran, because you have that, it is in a pit with land surrounding 3 sides, and the Terran really can just use tanks at his will. And it looks like Boxer actually, Yellow's dropping Boxer at the natural expansion at the 10 o'clock position. They manages to take out a good number of SCVs. So Yellow doing a good job here of harassing Boxer's mining, perhaps knowing that that's his only chance and that Boxer actually doesn't have that many working mineral patches. Excuse me. And Yellow actually with more overlords, presumably carrying units here, and he's going to try to polish off this small force of Marines here at the pit position at 10 o'clock. So he's going to be able to do that, and he's going to deny Boxer that expansion for a while. So he's definitely trying to fight his way back in. I really think he needs to focus on one big attack, and he really needs to take out that dropship force that Boxer has, because those dropships are just killing his expansions one by one, really dropping with impunity, and it's hard to face the Terran with good dropship play, especially as a Zerg player, without air control. It looks like actually Yellow has a lot of drones at the bottom 4 o'clock position, and Boxer is going to be moving his SCV to the upper left, to the 11 o'clock corner, to mine there perhaps, and Boxer moving some more troops probably to attack the pit here again. It looks like Yellow, like I said, he's rebuilding his lair, but he must have a good amount of minerals in the bank because he's only mining gas here. Probably what he needs right now. But like I said, he's not going to have any higher tech units for a while because he has to constantly rebuild his tech buildings. And the only thing that's keeping him alive this map is the fact that it is an island map, and it's difficult to go from one base to another killing off the Zerg. So that is keeping him alive here. And he's really just practicing guerrilla warfare, losing bases left and right, but also just trying to stay in the game still. Boxer's going to once again kill all the drones here at the pit here. I'm not sure if it was a wise decision for Yellow to build his lair there, actually. It's just so vulnerable to attack. And Yellow going for another drop here at the 10 o'clock expansion. Looks like he might be able to take out this bunker. He just killed a lot of SCVs there. Good job, but the bunker stays alive, actually. Lurkers were not able to pick off that bunker, so that's going to help Boxer a lot. That was Boxer's only mining base, but he lost all of his SCVs, and Boxer actually is really not doing well in producing resources.